Hey, what's cracking? How are you doing today? I hope this video finds you doing well. I hope that this video finds you, my friend, sitting on top of the world and everything's going your way. Thank you for clicking on the video. If it's the first time you've ever clicked on one of my videos, my name's Ricky Dye, and I went to prison when I was 15 years old, and I was there for over 20 years. And during that time, I've seen a lot of things, and I've picked up a little bit of wisdom, and I try to share those things and my experiences about what you go through when you go to prison as a kid or a young person, or what you'll face in prison, regardless of the age you are, if you go to prison. And I try to explain to people that your life probably isn't as bad as what you think it is if you look at the alternative, what it could be. And that's what my videos are about, because I can't change my past. But I do hope that by making these videos, I will help some other person by sharing my experiences. You will enjoy them most if you watch them from the beginning, because they're like a series. I pretty much tell it in the order that it happened. But I do have stories that I throw in here and there, and that's what I'm going to do today. So without him hawing around too much, I'm going to get into some reasons why you should never judge a book by its cover. You shouldn't look at someone and think they're no threat because of the way they look, or think that they are a threat because of the way they look. Because looks can very often be deceiving, and what you think may not always be what is. And I've known some real big guys that are like teddy bears, and they wouldn't hurt a fly. But I want to tell you today, when I first was in McAllister, when you're in McAllister, I was on what's called the Fcell House. In McAllister, there are different cell houses or buildings which the cells are kept in. There's the Fcell House. It's a building, big building, that's considered the Fcell House. There's a C unit, a bunch of buildings connected, that is considered a C unit. There's D, and there's H unit, that's pretty much underground. You get put down there. That's where the death row guys are. It's where you go if you stab someone, or you go to DU while you're in McAllister. And you're literally underground. If you look out your window, you'll see, if someone walks by, you'll see their feet. Excuse me. So I just got there. I was on the Fcell House on Run 2. That's where orientation was at. I've talked about it in my other McAllister videos. And it's a real long run, like you would see if you were watching a prison movie. A real long run with cells, bars on each side. The bars slide open. If you're standing in your cell, you can look straight across into the cell across from you through the bars. If you stand kind of at an angle, you can see them taking a dump. So, yeah, there's no privacy. And when you walk down the run, you're just walking past cell after cell on your right and left. And I'm locked in one of those cells, waiting to get transferred down the hill. And there's a real old man, about 70 years old, is the run man. The run man is the guy that sweeps and mops that run. He's the guy, whenever at the end of the day, when the guards are through walking on it, when they're through doing showers or exercise or whatever they may have done, they come through there and they sweep and mop that big old long run. This is called the run man job. So it's an old man, 70 years old. And you look at him and you think, man, that guy there, he ain't nothing. You don't have to worry about that guy. But then you get told, hey, don't ever mess up with that guy. That guy right there, he's one of the most dangerous people here. I'm hearing these stories about all these killers here in McAllister and the things I'm going to run into. And I really didn't expect them to point him out and say that was one of the most dangerous ones. But his name was Rex Brumley. And here's Rex Brumley's story. It's why I was told that. When Rex was in his early 20s, he robbed a bank. He robbed a few of them. On the third one, he got caught, had a shootout with the police, and he came to prison. When he got out of prison, he served a 20-year sentence. And when he got out of prison, he went and he killed the sheriff that arrested him. He killed the DA that was on his case, that got him, prosecuted him. And he tried to kill the judge. He blew his car up, but he didn't kill him, but he blew his car up. So he got back in prison for that, but he did kill two of them and tried to kill the other one, and he got put on a death row. And he was on death row for years there at McAllister. And he finally got it reverted to a life sentence without parole. And he was on the run doing the job he's doing right now, years earlier. And he was the run man. And he was in his, 55, 60 back then, because now he's in his early 70s. And he was the run man and some young, muscle up, tough guy. got out of line with him, seen him talking to a guard about something, and started telling people that he was a rat. Hey, don't fuck with that old man, he's a rat. Don't fuck with that old man, he's a rat. Word gets back to Rex. So Rex goes and finds somebody that works on the yard crew and pays them to steal him a bottle of gasoline a couple days in a row. So he's got him a nice little jug of gasoline saved up in his cell. So the next couple of days after he gets this gasoline, he's walking by doing the mopping. This guy, he walks over, calls him up to the gate, throws the gasoline in there on him, and sets that shit on fire. Burn that dude, give him second and third degree burns. It didn't kill him, but he got put back underneath on 8th block, underneath the penitentiary again for years. And when you get put down there, once you've been there 5 or 10 years, depending on what they've decided for you, depending on how heinous what you did in prison is, because that's what happens. It's not what you did before you got to prison. It's if you stab someone, kill someone, do something to a guard, you maim someone, you rape someone while you're in prison, that gets you put on H block. That's up underneath the ground where you look out, can't see no one. The guards don't talk to you. There's no cell partner, no one else to talk to you. When you get out for a shower, it's connected on a little hallway to your cell. They pop a door, you come out, shower, come back in your cell, lock yourself back in. You don't even see no one. When they bring you trays, they put them in the bean hole and walk off. They don't even talk to you. They try to drive you mad. And to a lot of people, that's what happens. Other people find God. And until you're down there a certain amount of time, you can't have a radio or a TV. You're just locked in there underground with nothing to do and no one to talk to. Most people that find themselves in that situation don't have family anymore, so they don't have anyone to write. They don't have no mail coming, nothing. And they say the most brutal form of torture there is, solitary confinement. And I can't think of anything worse than that. Because when you're locked down in those cells underground like that, you start thinking about the craziest things, like what happens if there's a nuclear war? What happens right now if there's a war? What if someone attacks the United States? They're going to shut these TVs and radios off. We're not going to know anything. All of a sudden, no one's going to bring us anything to eat. Will anyone come? Are they going to come gas us to death? Are they going to go walk around and shoot us all once? What are they going to do? Your mind begins to run crazy on you. You don't have anything but a book to try to calm it down. And you're trying to read, and you read the same page over and over and over because you just can't. Nothing's soaking in. Your mind's just running around with you, running away with you. And it gets so bad, they have to start sending a psychiatrist down there every 30 to 60 days to make sure you haven't lost your mind. But if you do lose your mind, I don't know what the difference is. They're not going to do anything about it. They're just going to keep checking on you, saying that you have. So now Rex the Runman again, and you'd be an idiot to mess with that old man. You would be completely stupid. So look at that old man, think he's an old man. He ain't no threat. That old man's straight up killer. He'll kill you. Figure out a way to do it. If he's in a wheelchair and he can pull a trigger, he'll kill you, man. Some people belong in prison, and Rex, unfortunately, is one of them. Now I'm gonna tell you my stories right now. I'm in North Carolina, and I'm in a private prison in Hinton, and we're in North Carolina inmates. And one day I'm sitting out there in the day room. There's this big old black dude from North Carolina, and there's a little bitty black dude from North Carolina, and they keep arguing over the TV. And at Hinton, that's a main thing is those TVs. I got into it over and over those TVs. Seen everyone else get into it over those TVs. And they get into arguing over the TV. The little black dude's watching TV. Okay, so the little black dude's out there watching TV all the time. It's this big black dude size. He gets up that little dude gets up every morning. First one up, goes out there and gets the TV. And he won't leave the TV. So no one else can ever get it because he's the first one out there every day. So this dude don't sleep or something, man. He's up every morning, gets the TV, and he's controlled the TV all day because he was there first. So big dude gets pissed off about it. He's going to bully the TV more or less from this little dude. And so he ends up getting the TV, the big dude does. And the little dude comes out there, no one's around, except for there's someone there watching the other TV. But this TV over here, it looks like no one's watching it. There's chairs out there that are moving and shit, but they're sitting in front of little couches made of plastic or light steel. You know, they're cheap shit, just sitting out there if you sit down and watch TV. There's people out there watching TV on the left. No one's really watching TV on the right. So he goes to try to change it. When he changes, big dude comes out of his cell. He said, "Hey, man, that's my TV. I'm watching that." Goes back in his cell. He goes, turn and say, "Hey, man, how you watching TV? You're in your cell. I'm listening to it." He's got it on his headphones. So he's going to sit up in his room, not even watching TV. He's sitting in his cell and say he's listening to it so no one can turn it. He's really being a bulldog now. The dude was there first, he's there first. That's the rule, right? Even though it's kind of some bullshit what's going on, he's controlling the TV all the time. If you don't like it, though, get up before him, get the other TV, I guess. So, big dude just pretty much bullies him. He starts talking shit to him, tells him little ass mother trucker, all this, use the M word, you know, you're not going to do nothing, blah, blah, blah. So later on that day, that big dude's sitting out there playing chess. And that little dude went in his cell and got some baby oil and shampoo and boiled that shit. Come out there and threw that in that dude's face while he was playing chess. That dude started screaming. He started hitting him with a lock on a belt. Dude was screaming like a girl, man. Took him up out of there to see that dude with them burns on him no more. Other dude either. They locked him up. So I don't know if they ended up going to North Carolina or what. But that was another case where you look at this big dude and you look at this little dude and you think there's no way that little dude would win. But it was not even close. It was no competition. So really in prison and a lot of time in life, it doesn't come down to your size, how tough you are. It comes down to who's willing to make the first move. And in prison, there's a lot of people willing to make that first move. When I was a kid in school, we'd say, come on, hit me first. No, you hit me. You hit me. In prison, you don't have to worry. They're going to hit you first. So if you know it's coming, you better do your best to get the first shot. I guarantee you that. You feel it in your gut, you know something's going to happen, you better take the first shot. Because sometimes that first shot's 90% of the fight. But I hope that you won't do anything to find yourself in the position that these guys were in. This prison is a terrible place. And the worst of it isn't the fight, and the worst of it is that time alone in those cells when you're going crazy. Wondering if anybody loves you, wondering what's going to happen if there is a war, wondering if you matter at all. Those are the worst times. And I hope you'll never find yourself in that position. And I hope that I'll see you in the next video. But before I go, John Ullman, join the channel, hit that join button. Thank you, brother. You don't know what that means to me. And with that, shout out to the riders and the dyers who ride till the wheels fall off, and the dyers keep riding even when they do. Thank you, guys. You mean the most. But every one of you guys who hit that subscribe button mean the world to me. Thank you so much. Hope to see you in the next video. May God bless, keep, and protect you and yours. Peace out.